Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jacob. I'm here to talk to you about ReBx. Over the past 8 months, our team has embarked on a process called Avid to identify and develop an innovative new product and solution for Amazon. The solution is ReBx. It's a reusable shipping container service for sustainable e-commerce today. We will discuss how ReBx aligns with Amazon's core values and market strategy highlights, how the solution creates value for our customers, and demonstrates the business model is viable. We believe ReBx has an effective demand creation and is ready for the execution phase. Over the past 10 years, Amazon has highlighted its goal to be a more sustainable company and is embracing its leadership role in e-commerce in this space. The efforts has been made in every aspect of Amazon e-commerce ecosystem to be more sustainable and environmentally cautious. More recently, Amazon research and development team has been hard at work to redesign the packaging in a way that is more environmentally cautious and responsive to customer demand for less waste associated with e-commerce. We recognized early on that customers' value and Amazon priorities are around environmental sustainability were likely aligned, so we made this the focus of our innovation. Amazon is seeking to develop its brand identity and culture around environmental sustainability. Just this quarter, Jeff Bezos announced Amazon's sponsor arena in Seattle will be called Climate Pledge Arena, which is a great opportunity for a solution in this space. Operation remained a significant burden on the environment. When we saw the article depicted here, we knew there was a problem and need of a solution. Currently, there's no e-commerce platform or a retailer that is focused on reducing waste with the shipping container itself. We know from climate change research and policy work that there needs to be a way to reduce, reuse, and repurpose these resources. So this is the framework for which we started this journey. Having acknowledged the world needs to be sustainable e-commerce, the question is, do Amazon customers need it? Amazon's mission is first and foremost to be customer-centric. So we understand that our solution needs not to only address sustainability, but also be the best value solution to customer needs and priorities. As e-commerce is rapidly growing in the United States, in the developing world, the coronavirus pandemic has only amplified these trends. And we're just seeing closure of more and more brick-and-mortar retailers. The customer moment struggle of the job statement is there needs to be a solution of how to manage a vast amount of cardboard and packaging material with e-commerce. In this sense, the environment and our customers have the same problem. Too much packaging creates too much waste. So we set out to design a solution that delivers not just on a critical social good, but delivering a solution to these customers' pains of the current job. For instance, the pains of home clutter and burdensome of recycling will be eliminated with ReBx to reduce waste while helping customers with the hassle of boxes. What we also recognize is it wasn't enough to design a more sustainable container, but customers want a service that complements that container. Amazon can have an advantage of this opportunity to take containers off customers' hands and out of the garage. Since there's no service that complements this effort, we currently have the traditional recycling service that customers would have to utilize instead of curbside pickup. How we verify the opportunity is to identify the customer's job, to verify the compelling job priorities, and designing a viable business model that can give the organization tremendous value. So right here is our job action step. This slide shows you the job action flow, describing how shipping containers will be either reused, repurposed, using our curbside pickup with no hassle. Amazon carriers will pick up the shipping containers, then the cycle will begin over again. As you see at job step 2, this will be a decision making the customer will make if they would like to repurpose the container for something else or go through the cycle of curbside pickup. Under key partners, will be our delivery companies, recycling centers, environmental groups, manufacturing companies, and material providers will be all extremely important, ensuring that our business is functional and successful. The key activities of our business will be our container production, that's going to go in form of contracting manufacturing companies, making sure that we have the materials needed to create the type of containers, and the supply chain management to ensure that the distribution services are aligned with our shipping containers. Moving to our key resources, Amazon key resources will be revenue streams, material distribution channels, Amazon manufacturing distribution facilities, and customer relations. We're going to take these manufacturing facilities and equip them to be able to handle these new style of boxes. And lastly, our key customer segment will be our Amazon Prime customers. We're going to focus on our resources and people who are subscribed to Amazon Prime and how they have the ability to use these resources. In this section, we're going to describe the design job solution. So there are 3 things we're going to discuss with our exhaustive set of value targets we come up with, and our demand creation strategy, and our optimal solution prototype. With our undershot value target analysis, there's still a lot of opportunity from unmet job outcomes. So the 3 different value that we created or will be creating is functional, social, and emotional value. With our functional value, this includes predictive services, zero hassle, and reduced clutter. With predictive services, customers know what they're getting. And with Amazon Prime, even ReBx, they're getting a consistent delivery services. Customers will have zero hassle with our services and don't have to worry about clutter anymore. Under social value, there is an overall collective good. In order to not have to worry about how to manage their boxes, have to remove the contents, they're creating a social value of contributing to the environment. And reducing our carbon footprints will provide an emotional feeling of the fact that they're doing good for the environment and having their job struggle reduce. Our ReBx service recycling program is really easy service. First, you sign up for Amazon Prime, and then Amazon Prime will actually send out your product with the containers. And you would decide after removing the product and contents from the containers if you would like to repurpose or leave the containers outside for a curbside pickup. Our pickup service will become aware after initiating a pickup service through Amazon Prime application, and they will come and pick up the boxes, and then they will bring them back to the fulfillment center, in which they will repurpose and clean for a different product. So here's our 3D render of our container boxes. The material will be biodegradable and constructed with ease for the customers. The boxes can be destructible whenever a customer decides to break boxes. This is better than the traditional method of cutting boxes down. The container will also be constructible in a way to store away and put away items for storage. Another cool feature of the product itself is the QR code tracking. So the QR code tracking itself will tell customers about the product, what's inside, and a little quick fact about how much impact this one specific box has on the environment. So it gives the customer a sense of guilt-free and goodness that they're partaking in sustainability using ReBx. So we value that there is an opportunity. Based on the surveys we conducted, we tested the differential value of our solution and the business model. Our first question we gave to 100 respondents is, have you been frustrated with the constant pileup of shipping containers at your home? 82% were actually frustrated when they had to deal with a constant pileup of shipping containers, and under the service, which we believe it has creates attraction of a desirability. Under service attributes, and this relates to our service in curbside pickup, whereas the traditional method, curbside pickup and recycling pickup are most desirable. We're storage product, which relates to the design of the container itself. Most respondents believe ReBx has a greater value. Moving to our product attributes, this relates to ReBx materials, biodegradable material. There's a greater desirability of this feature. with monetary value has a similar trend from a 300 to 400 price range, but overall customers find a lower price to be more desirable with the ReBx, while there's some potential of customers to pay more than the lower price. QR tracking is an additional feature that we include. There's a very desirability among 100 respondents than having a QR tracking than having no QR tracking. After testing the desirability of our solution, I'll talk to you about our revenue stream, costs, and how we build traction, test our whole solution value test again, and the potential ecosystem risk. So here's our revenue model. As you can see, there's 6 out of 66.4 million US household subscribers who will use our service. And with microsegments, we total there will be an estimated 25 million boxes will be needed. In the bottom, we have Amazon Prime with ReBx. This gives you the whole picture of the total revenue you will receive. But we kind of separate that apart to show you ReBx by itself, which we total of $130 million in revenue. Our cost model, we use the ABC method to identify activity usage for our solution with our development costs. Overall, producing and fulfilling our services, we estimate at $70.99 million. And with our operating costs, we total of $130 million in costs, which we would recognize a break even with our solution. It's important to remember that some of the costs are upfront to get our solution started. For example, training, which covers a large majority of the costs, will eventually decrease moving forward. Our target customers are Amazon Prime users. The best way to make them aware of ReBx is through an existing platform. This goes with Amazon websites and through Amazon Prime Video. And through public relations, we like to use cable TV advertisement to make non-subscriber aware as well of ReBx and for them to understand the benefits of our solution and the social value it has to offer. But what we like to do is to test other market channels that's out there, and that's more desirable by consumers. The best way to do that is through PickView survey. PickView survey is inexpensive and fast and will help us with our overall objective of understanding the market channel that's out there and frequently used by consumers, and this applies to social media, TV ads, and website contact ads. So after testing our whole solution again, we understand our business constantly delivers the most value among competing solutions. And this applies to no solution in use as the first alternative of traditional shipping boxes. So the rest of the model below kind of describes how ReBx has a greater, better value than among other competing solutions. Starting for the first model, it describes a highest desirability of a single feature. And the second model describes how likely a consumer will choose a product among other competing solutions. The third model is a combination of model 1 and 2 of desirability elements. And lastly, model 4, it tells us all features which solution offers the highest desirability. And as you can see, ReBx constantly delivers the most value among other of each of the models. So here's our ecosystem blueprint. We identify 2 areas that have some risk with our solution getting across customers. Starting from our top is our key partners, our shipping companies and manufacturing partners. The risk we see with our shipping companies is they may not be able to accommodate our boxes and support our services. And with our manufacturing partners, we may not get the materials we need on time, and which will eventually be a showstopper for our delivery and pickup services. In the bottom, we have our complementors. Our research centers are important to tell customers how much an impact a customer are contributing to the environment. The risk we see there might be a lack of engagement and cooperation with our solutions. So our strategy is to incentivize shipping companies and help and support our services and provide a financial assistance for our manufacturing partners to make sure there's no disruptions of getting materials we need. And with our research centers, we like to provide a value proposition that can be in the form of financial support or through AWS partnership. So we identify the solution has enough pull. The current job is not getting done well by consumers, and the job is important. With a test of our solution of desirability using the context analysis, we review customers find our solution more favorable among other competing solutions. Currently, there's no solution being used for the service, and Amazon is at an advantage being one of the top competitors in e-commerce and with this new opportunity of providing a social value. For ecosystem, we talked about the adoption risks of our shipping partners and research centers, and the co-innovation issue of our manufacturers. Our strategy is to provide enough support and incentives to keep our partners engaged with our solutions and deliver the best value to customers. Our solution will be profitable. We projected at 8% growth rate, which we will see will build enough traction to customers to jump on board to use our service. Overall, we conclude that our service is important to help the environment while making consumers' jobs simple. The switching costs may be sticky, but the job struggle still remains the same. In the long term, customers will find our service essential to their needs as online shopping increases. Thank you for listening, and please let me know if you have any questions.